Good morning, guys. I am Coach Osborne. I'm the varsity assistant soccer coach here at Liberty North. Coach Smith, the head coach, couldn't be here today. He teaches in another building, so he sent me in his place. So here to kind of wrap up our season. Our season ended a couple weeks ago. We had our banquet last night. We finished the year 16-8 and 10-2 in conference, winning our conference. We shared the conference title with Oak Park, so we won our second conference title in 3 years. Overall, it was a really successful season. We started slow. We lost 4 out of our first 5 games, I believe, and kind of had to find ourselves a little bit. And then over the course of the year, kept kind of growing and trying to reach our potential. I've been turned in some pretty good stretches where we won 10 of 11 games, and ended up getting the 2 seed in districts, and then ended up losing to Liberty in the first round of that district tournament. So overall, it was a good season. But I look forward to hearing your questions, so I'll open it up to you guys.
How have you seen the boys progress throughout the year since they started?
We've seen the boys progress in a lot of ways. I think toughness in terms of just being willing to try your hardest even when you're tired was one of the areas we saw a lot of growth, especially out of a few players. Just the ability to work your hardest on defense and not give up on your team, but try your hardest for those around you, as well as just playing more kind of team soccer. We struggled early in the year with dribbling too much, holding onto the ball too long, not trusting your teammates, not passing with each other, and I think that's something we really improved on over the course of the year.
What happened this year that you'd like to improve for next year?
I would always love to see us play a better possession style of play, be able to hold on to the ball longer than the other team. At times we had a hard time possessing the ball, and we'd get turned over in our own back line, which led to aggressive situations for our opponent. So I'd love to see us improve in that area, to be able to possess the ball better and just make the other team play defense instead of us playing defense. It's a lot harder to play defense than it is offense, and so we'd like to make them play defense instead of us.
How has this year improved from last year?
This year was a big improvement in last year in a lot of ways. We scored a lot more goals, and in soccer you got to score goals to win. But more importantly, we just we played a more cohesive style of soccer. We worked together better. We had a little more technical ability this year. We had a few more guys who could fill in some spots for us, and it gave us better depth than we've had in the past. And so we were able to work better as a team, to rely on all 11 of our players to put more pressure on the other team. We play an aggressive, a very aggressive style of defense that doesn't work unless you have 11 guys working their hardest who can do that. And so that was definitely an area that we saw improvement.
What was your favorite game to play this year and why?
Oh, I'd say my favorite game to play this year was the game we played at Staley. It was early in the season. But we had never beaten Staley before in the history of the school, and we knew going into that game we had a pretty good shot. It was at their stadium. They beat us earlier in the year, and we felt like we didn't have our best game. And we had several really good performances out of some of our guys. Jarrett Wilhite had a really strong game. Eric White had a really strong game. Alex Trinidad had a really strong game. And so a few guys really kind of stepped up, and we kind of saw guys make that next step, and we beat a team that we'd never beaten before, and that was fun. I went to Oak Park, so it was a little hard for me to see us beat my alma mater, but it was worth it. It was fun to kind of take that next step.
How many seniors do you have leaving this year?
Oh man, we have, I believe it's 11 seniors leaving this year, and it's quite a group, of seniors. We have some excellent players. We have guys who are good leaders who contributed in their small ways, as well as some very good players who scored a lot of goals for us. It'll be hard to replace. Guys like Jarrett Wilhite and Sam Imhoff and Alex Trinidad come to mind, and just kind of 3 of the key guys in that class that we lose. Alex Trinidad scored over 50 goals in his career and has the school record for goals now, so it'll obviously be really hard to see him go on, but we're looking forward to a lot of the guys we have who can fill their places. We think there's a lot of promise in some of our younger players, and so we'll kind of move the next guys up.
Did the season overall go as expected?
That's a good question. I don't really know. I'm always really bad with knowing what to expect for a season. It definitely, early it did not. When we lost several games early in the season, and that really kind of made us question our expectations for the year. But we always kind of felt like our team was good enough to challenge for a conference title and to challenge for a district title, and we ended up winning the conference title, which took a lot of work and a lot of hard work out of our guys. So I think that we did meet that expectation. We would have liked to have done more in the district tournament. We were bummed on the way the season ended, but that's soccer. Sometimes you don't have your best game, and we made a few mistakes, and the other team took advantage of them, and that's just how it goes sometimes.
With the loss of all the seniors, with the 11 seniors, how do you think the team will adapt next year?
No, I think there's a lot of good players who can fill in. I think the biggest question is, who's going to step up and lead. There's a lot of leadership, a lot of guys who had played a lot of soccer who came in as young players and spent a lot of time on the varsity. Sam Imhoff and Alex Trinidad basically played every varsity game they were healthy for since their sophomore year for Sam and freshman year for Alex. So that's two guys who've played a lot for us, who a lot of guys could look towards. So it's we need guys to step up and be leaders and be role models, and just strong character guys, and show guys the right way of doing things. But in terms of soccer, I think that we have a lot of good young players, and guys that we think we can coach up, and guys that seem like they want to get better and are interested in reaching their potential. And as long as we got that, I think that we'll always be a pretty good soccer team.
Do you think that slump at the beginning of the year helped develop your team?
Absolutely, yeah. We always struggle. We play in the Liberty's tournament to start the year, and we always struggle in that dang tournament. But we also feel like that's such a good kind of coming together experience for us, and it kind of lets us know what we're good at and what we're not so good at. And we're always tinkering with the lineup at that point and the formation. And so I think those losses kind of gave us a knock back to earth, where we thought we were pretty good, and we lost a couple games that we thought we should have won. And so I think that kind of gave us a hunger and a humility that allowed us to really kind of find ourselves and to work towards reaching our potential.
How are you going to prepare for next year?
We're going to take some time off right now. We're tired. I know I'm tired, and I'm sure some of the guys are as well. But we will spend the summer doing quite a bit, as much as the guys want to do. We play a couple days a week. We do work in the weight room. Coach Smith and I spend way too much time always talking tactics and lineups and kind of seeing what we can do best. But it really just starts with we'll start fresh in the summer, playing a lot of soccer, working on our technical ability, and trying to just kind of gel as a unit, and see what we've got with our guys.
Okay, you can't see my face, but I'm back here.
I believe you.
What kind of attitude are you going to try to take into next season moving forward from here?
I think it's important to always have an attitude of, we want to have a posture as a team that we're always trying to reach our potential. And so I think an attitude of confidence, but an attitude of humility and understanding that we might not be the best team when it comes to technical ability and skill, but we can overcome those things if we work our hardest, if we play good defense, and if we trust each other and work as a team. And so I think it's just an attitude of hard work, humility, and just kind of trust.
What have you learned from this season that's going to help you prepare better for next season?
I think we learned a lot in, that's a good question. Let me organize my thoughts here. Just kind of the way we want to transition from offense to defense, not to get too technical with it, but just we put three of our more technical players in our most offensive positions, and at times we had a hard time kind of connecting the dots and getting the ball to our most dangerous players. So I think we learned the importance of how to get the ball into dangerous areas. So, and that kind of comes from how we want to play in our organization of our team. So maybe doing some different things in the midfield, doing some different things with our outside backs, and also just kind of how we want to defend. We got beat a few times by some pretty fast players on the outside, and so maybe kind of looking at how we defend those players and how we kind of use other players to support ourselves and not let speed kind of kick our butt. Anybody have anything else? All right, well, I appreciate you guys having me on this fine day. It's been a good time, and we'll do it again next year. Thanks, guys.